You know what I'm tired of? Pretending like I don't have something to say. I'm Serenity Joy, but around here, I'm just Ren. And this is REN RANTS. This isn't your feel-good fake smile podcast. No. This is me ranting, venting, spiraling, speaking my truth about everything and anything. God, life, culture, bullshit in the headlines, grown-ass emotions, healing, chaos, and whatever the hell else crosses my mind. No, because what we're not going to do is act like that's normal. I say what most people are thinking, but I say it out loud, in your ears, and unapologetically. Sometimes I'm rolling through cities, sometimes I'm posted up in silence, but my voice, it never parks. If you're tired of the filters, the fakes, and the fluff, welcome. You're home. This is REN RANTS. Tap in or tap out. Either way, I'm going off. Oh, hey, what's up? Okay, so, yeah. On today's episode of REN RANTS, I'm about to go ahead and just get right into it because let's talk the fuck about it. Today's episode is going to be called Young and Impressionable. Because let's face it, we've all been young and we've all been very impressionable. And unfortunately, life can get to the point where, okay, you know, you meet someone that you like, you believe everything they say, you think that they're going to give you the world, and then they don't. You end up giving too much of yourself. So now you're insecure, your self-esteem is low, and you find yourself being in a place where you are lacking self-worth. It's happened to the best of us. And what happens is you have to learn and grow from those situations. You can't dwell on it. You can't allow it to control and determine the trajectory of your life. Basically, it's like this. Once you get to a certain point in your mind where it clicks and you realize your self-worth and you realize what you're not going to tolerate and what you are going to tolerate, you have to grow. You have to grow and learn from everything that you experience. That is the men you date, the women you date, no matter what you are, whatever you're into, and what you allow them to bring into your life. At some point, we have to start taking accountability. And for me, I'm going to touch bases on, for one, my story, my situation, as far as taking accountability. I'm always going to take accountability for everything I've experienced in my life. Even if I feel like someone else was at fault, I'm going to find where I could have been smarter, where I could have been better, what could I have done to change and make the situation different for me. So let's talk about being 17 years old. I got pregnant. So I wasn't pregnant by some old grown ass man. No, my oldest daughter's father was the same age as me. We're both 17 years old. So at that point, now it's not like I can't just say that I was taken advantage of, that I was, my mind, I was young and impressionable as far as allowing someone to manipulate me. But on the flip side, when you're young, you are young and impressionable. So it's easy for someone to say, okay, I love you, and you're going to believe it. So I believe that he truly loved me. I believe that he really wanted this baby with me, that we were going to be a family, that everything was going to be great. That didn't happen. So now I have to be an adult where I'm at now, 34 fucking years old. I can't cry about how I was left raising a baby by myself. Let's talk about it. As far as raising a child and being put in that type of situation, it's not the funnest situation to be put in, but at some point I have to take accountability and realize that that's what I chose for my life. I was told by my mother that she would help me raise the baby, that she would make my life easier if I did it, and I was lied to. I was told by my baby father that, oh, my dad left when I was little, so I would never do you like that. I was lied to. So at some point, it's like, yeah, people drop the ball, but I also believe them. At what point are we going to start taking accountability? Like, okay, this person said they were going to do this, but they actually are not doing that. You know, they're not doing that. Shout out to the Las Vegas sun. The sun is going down, so it's got, you know, a little shadow on my face, but we're just going to push through. Because that's what life is all about. Pushing through the difficult times, the times where we're like, oh, this is not what I expected it to be. Fuck what you expect. Fuck what the fuck you thought you was planning. Technically, my daughter was planned by two young 17-year-old kids who thought they knew what life was about. Unbeknownst to us, we didn't know shit about it. Didn't know what we was getting ourselves into. So you can't consistently make that your excuse that you just did not know. Know some shit. Grow the fuck up. Now look. I'm going to talk about Cassie. I really feel bad for the shit that she endured. I honestly, truly believe that it is fucked up and it's very egregious. Very wrong to take advantage of young girls and play with their minds and dangle the carrot in front of their face, basically. But I personally think it's very wrong to take advantage of young girls, especially when they're in the ages of teen years, all the way up to 19. I think 19 is still very young. So when Cassie met Diddy at 19, she was literally fresh into adulthood. And honestly, it's not cool. It's not right. Clearly, it's not right. Obviously, this man was old enough. He knew better. He knew what he was doing. Like, at some point, older adults have to start taking accountability for the fact that you know you're going after a younger person for a reason. Ain't nobody stupid. We know what the fuck you got going on. You're a predator. You're doing weird shit. Don't be a motherfucking predator. Do you hear me? But it's like, on the flip side, at what point was enough enough? At what point, Cassie, and this is just me wanting to ask, like, not on no judgment shit. Like, if you know my life, you know who I am, you know I'm not here to judge. I'm literally asking the questions that people want the answers to. Like, people want to know the answers to this. So my main question is, at what point when you were with him did it become too much? Was it the multiple sex partners, escort partners? Was it the things he was making you do? Like, what, at what point, what was the breaking point? What was the straw that broke the camel's back? You know, as far as predators go, they come in all shapes and sizes. Even women can be predators. I personally think that we just have to be careful, you know, who we associate ourselves with. So a lot of people are getting on Megan Thee Stallion about the situation. I'm just going to say this. None of us were there. We don't know what really happened. We don't know what happened. We don't know what happened between her and Tory Lanez. We just know a situation that ended up going left. And he's locked up. I don't even think he was actually charged for shooting her. I think he just had some other legal issues going on amidst that situation. And if I'm not mistaken, he got locked up. So fast forward to now. All of a sudden, there's new evidence being spoken about this situation. And I'm going to tell you this. I don't like that. I feel like if you had some information on the situation that could have changed the trajectory of the case, then that should have been fucking done. Like, that alone right there should have fucking been done. Like, that should have been, something should have been said. Something should have been done about this. I don't know. I think I like the way the sun is, like, kissing me a little bit. It's cute. It's like an in and out little shadow, but it's like, you know, we're going to work with it. We're going to work with it. Because I really like this angle. But yeah, so I personally feel like it's just a fucked up situation. I don't think anybody, man or woman, wants to be in a situation to where You trust people. You're having a good time. Yeah, things got a little heated, but why are we pulling out guns? Why are we pulling out guns? I think that the real questions just need to be asked, and that's why I'm here. And REN Rants is here to save the fucking day. Because the real questions have not been asked. And I'm going to ask them because a real bitch wants to know the tea. Why was there a gun even in the situation? And at what point on that ride home did someone say, let me get my strap? Let me bring my gun with me because I'm going to need this gun because God forbid I'm going to have to shoot a criminal or I'm going to have to protect myself. Like, I just want to know why there was a gun in the first place. 2, why did the situation get so heated? Why was the situation so heated to the... I just personally feel like as women, we have to protect ourselves to the utmost degree. Because why as a man do you feel the need to have a weapon, a very dangerous weapon, for a woman? We as women put ourselves in situations that I just personally feel like are not safe. Like, there's no reason why I'm with a man and he's pulling a gun on me. It's happened to me twice though. I've literally had 2 separate guys on 2 separate occasions for 2 whatever reasons they decided to come up with, put guns to my head. It's very scary being a woman. Not only are men stronger than us, smarter than us, like, it's just a lot you have to deal with as a woman. And then it's like, the men are meant to be protectors, providers. You men are supposed to be that thing in our lives that where it's like, I have this man around, I know I'm good. I know I'm safe. And that's not always the case. Whether you're young, whether you're old, I personally feel like no matter what area you are in your life, no matter what level or part or wherever you think you are in your life, you are still impressionable when it comes to men. And you have to always stay 1 step, if not more, ahead than these men. And I'm going to say this as well. Let me see if this little piece, yeah, this little piece, I should have stuffed the joint before I came. But anyway, it's just fucked up that no matter what we do, we're always blamed. Oh, you should have chose a better baby daddy. Oh, you shouldn't have allowed that man to beat on you. Oh, you should have left when you had the chance. But it's like, at what point do we honestly say that, why, as the weaker vessels, why are we always the one blamed? Why are we always the one? And I'm playing devil's advocate for both sides. Because like I said, at some point we have to wake up and smell the fucking coffee. We have to wake up and smell the coffee and stay 1 step ahead of these men. Like, we can't keep allowing ourselves to be victims. At what point are we going to say, you know what, I don't want to be a victim anymore. I don't want to allow someone's son to put me in a situation where I'm so vulnerable that they could fucking take my life and kill me. Because that's exactly all it is. You are the weaker vessel. You will get crushed. You will get crushed by a fucking man. Granted, I got some hands. I done knocked a few niggas out in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. But I do know that 90% of men on this earth can crush me. So therefore, I am the weaker vessel. I would never convince myself anything other than that. So me knowing that, I have to now think differently. This is when you tap into a different mindset. And this is when I say it's time for us to wake up and smell the coffee, ladies. Listen and pay attention. Wake up and pay the fuck attention when I sit the fuck up straight when I fucking tell you this shit too, bitch. Because I'm telling you, you ain't gonna want to miss this shit. Don't let someone's raggedy son keep playing with you and keep playing in your fucking face. Because, bitch, you only got one life. You only got one you, and you need to love yourself. Love yourself. That's first and foremost. Put God first in your life, no matter what you got going on. Always pray and talk to God and ask for discernment. Pray for wisdom and ask for discernment with these men. Because if not, you're going to find yourself in a situation every single time. And you can't point the blame on no one else but yourself. You want to know what I did? I did a spiritual cleanse. I did a mental cleanse. I said to myself, I asked myself, I said, self. Myself said, what's up, bitch? I said, yo, what's up, self? Like, why do you keep attracting these low-life men who just want to take from you, who want to harm you? I love how the sunset's just setting the vibes. And you know, after I asked myself those questions and I did a little soul searching, found out that the reason why I was attracting those low lives was because of my lack of self-worth. There it is, folks. You have to learn to love yourself. You got to love yourself more than anything and anyone on this planet. If you don't, you find yourself in places you shouldn't be, around people you shouldn't be around, and then now in situations that you're going to ask yourself, like, why in the fuck did I allow myself to be put in a situation like this? I can only imagine how Megan Thee Stallion feels. I can only imagine how Cassie feels. Because at the end of the day, yes, they're grown-ass women. Yes, they made a choice. Yes, that choice was not the best choice. But like I said, at what point are we going to say, where are our leaders? Where are our protectors? Where are the men? And there are men that exist, and I know because I've experienced them, and I currently experience them. So I know that there's still men with manners, men who are protectors, men that won't take advantage of you, men that won't hurt you. There are men out there that exist. So why is it that when bad things happen to women, those questions aren't asked? They're not like, okay, so why weren't you protecting these women? Why, Tory, why did the situation get so bad to where you as a man, you as the leader that God put on this earth first, could not bring the situation down to a place where communication is key, love and respect is key. I respect you as a human, you respect me as a human. It doesn't matter, man, woman, cat, dog, it doesn't matter. We respect each other as fucking beings that deserve love and fucking respect. So it's like, at what point did Cassie get with Diddy and Diddy tell himself, well, you know, I have daughters, I have a mom, I have aunties, I have sisters, I have cousins, I have people that I genuinely love and care about, and I wouldn't want anyone to do my daughters like that. I wouldn't want nobody to do my mom like that. No. Those are the right questions that need to be asked. Where were the protectors in my life when I was 17 years old, doing the things I wasn't supposed to be doing and creating a baby? The person that was supposed to be that leader in my life encouraged me to have the baby, lied to me, said that they were going to help me with the baby, and didn't do it. Everybody in that situation failed me. And that's what it all boils down to. Yes, I take accountability from my perspective, but I'm also recognizing where I was failed. And that's the real tea about the situation. Women are meant to be protected and loved. No, we're not perfect. Yes, we're going to make mistakes. Yes, as women, we're going to put ourselves in situations that may not be the best for us. But at what point are men going to step up and say, look, you need to start telling your cousins, your brothers, your sons, your homeboys, that's not cool, bro. That's not cool. You're supposed to be loving that woman, that queen, protecting that queen. What? Let's not get sidetracked by all the other buffoonery in the situation and in the equation. Yes, Cassie should have been smarter. Yes, at what point, I do want to know, at what point did it hit you that you said, you know what? I'm not liking this. I'm doing all this to please this motherfucking man who's not supporting my dreams, who's not investing in me, who's not doing what he said, everything he said he was going to do. Because what? Let's talk about it. Let's fucking talk about it. Let's really hear the tea. At what point? Because I really want to know. Because it's those breaking points where we wake up and we say, you know what? I deserve better than this. I know I deserve better than this. I am better than this. Fuck you. Fuck you. Respectfully. Nah, disrespectfully. Megan, she admitted in her documentary that she was in a vulnerable time of her life, that she just lost her mother. Let's talk about it. None of us who've never experienced that level of loss before should even be speaking on that type of shit. You don't know what it feels like. You shouldn't be speaking on it. Because none of us know what we would do unless we're in that situation. So let's just start there. So as far as judging women, instead of judging women, this is the new thing. Yes, we're gonna make mistakes. We're not perfect, but we're the weaker vessel. Just love us, protect us. That's all we ask. At this point, protect all women. Protect all women, because all women matter. We're the nurturers. We're the lovers. We're the givers. We give so much of ourselves. All we ask is that you protect us. So no matter how young, no matter how impressionable, no matter how vulnerable you are as a woman, please protect yourself. Because there's not that many men out here that are going to love and protect you besides Jesus. Okay? Our Lord and Savior, who died on the cross for you and me, so that we may have everlasting life. Love yourself. Baby girl, love yourself or nobody else will. Everyone love yourself. But this is for the ladies. This one's for the ladies. This one was for the ladies. And I'm sending out prayers and warm hugs to every woman who has experienced fucked up shit by the hands of a predator in this industry or in this world in general. I personally am about to name drop somebody. Yes, this is going to be the cliffhanger at the end of the video. I personally have experienced the Diddy situation, not to the point where Cassie, same extent as Cassie, I mean, but, yes, Molly Mall definitely took advantage of me. He lured me to his fucking house. He, basically played me, was mad because I wouldn't fuck him. I sucked his dick. That's just me being transparent and real. I did suck his dick. I was on cocaine at the time, so that's another thing. You throw drugs in there, and he's got some good drugs. So that's what it was. So, yeah, Molly Ma. Yeah, you did that to me. You raped me. And you drugged me at a party. You handed me a cup. That was the last thing I fucking remember, besides going in and out and feeling weird. And you had sex with me when I was passed out. And the reason why I know is because I went to the doctor and had to get a bacterial vaginosis cleared up. Thank God that was all it was. That's just the grace of God. This is me, like I said, being real and transparent, because that's what the fuck this is about. Ren Rants ain't always gonna be fucking pretty, bitch. It is what the fuck it is. It's some real, raw, gritty shit, because us as women, like I said, we put ourselves in situations that are not safe. I should have never went to that man's house by myself. I should have never took a drink from him, knowing in my spirit that my discernment ghosted him after that situation. I would not talk to him. I wouldn't see him. He would hit me up. No, I don't want to see you after being at your house and sucking your dick and you playing me, talking about you was going to help with my music. Come on now. Come on. At what point did I say enough was enough? That first interaction. That's all it took for me. Because I've been there, done that. I'm in my 30s. I'm not a young, impressionable girl anymore. I'm still young, but I'm not impressionable. So now, because you couldn't get what you wanted, you just took my shit. Because you couldn't finesse me out my drawers, you took my shit like a fucking rapist does. And guess what? I've given it to God. It's just like, okay, I'm going to talk about my situation, though, because it's my story. It's my story. And once again, what are you going to do? What y'all going to do? What y'all going to do? Beat me up? What you going to do? Talk about me on the internet like y'all do Megan Thee Stallion and all the other women? Like, stop. We don't give a fuck. We see your comments. We don't care. We don't care how you guys feel about us. We don't. Because at the end of the day, like I said, we're the weaker vessel. So if you're going to blame the weaker vessel in the situation when the predator was supposed to be protecting instead of he's praying, that's on you. That's something for you. That's between you and God, baby. That's between you and God. Because guess what? Over here we give grace. Over here we give it to God. We pray about it. We give it to God. And that's all you can do, baby. It's all you can do. Like I said, love yourself. Put you first. Put God first. Put you second to God. But, you know, put you first above everyone on this planet. Because I'm telling you, if you don't, you'll find yourself in a real, real, real bad space. And that's not cool. Nobody wants to feel like that. Nobody wants to feel like that. Nobody wants to feel like that the world is on their shoulders. But unfortunately for us women, the world is on our shoulders. It's up to us to protect ourselves. And that's just what it is. All right, love and light. We talked about it, baby. Let's talk about it. It's been talked about. That's the second episode of REN Rants. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all have a blessed night.